Inglewood, California. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Chargers taking on Teddy Bridgewater and the Carolina Panthers.
It was once just an idea until breaking ground in November of 2016, and now here it is in all its glory. Spectacular SoFi Stadium here in metropolitan Los Angeles. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Carolina Panthers and the Los Angeles Chargers. Brandon Gunn with Charles Davis. And, Charles, we got two teams here that finished at the bottom of the standings last year. But remember this, 15 of the last 16 seasons, we've seen at least one team go from the bottom of their division to the top in one season.
Last year we had two, Chicago and Houston. These two teams playing now, they think they can do the exact same thing this year and make it 16 out of 17 seasons.
Joey Sly, the kicker, stands ready. And we are underway in Southern California. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The veteran Tyrod Taylor gets set to lead this Chargers offense as they take the field.
Many in the outside world see Tyrod Taylor as a bridge quarterback since the Chargers moved on from Phillip Rivers and drafted Justin Herbert. But head coach Anthony Lynn, he sees much more than that. They were together as play caller and quarterback in Buffalo when they went to the playoffs, and Coach Lynn believes that Tyrod Taylor can replicate that in Los Angeles.
They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Taylor. He's going to take off with it. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Taylor able to use those legs of his to pick up a first.
You know, I don't think this is the last time we'll see that in this game. This guy has mobility, and they want to use his legs in the game plan. So there will be designed runs as well as his scrambles.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time.
At the 40-yard line.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 7 yards there and a first down.
With Melvin Gordon moving on to Denver, Austin Eckler is officially the Chargers' #1 option at the running back position. Gordon spent a lot of time holding out last year. Eckler took full advantage with a breakout season. 92 receptions, 993 yards, and 8 touchdowns. He was in the top 10 in the league in receptions, receiving touchdowns, and all-purpose yards.
And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Now the throw here complete on the right sideline. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him, bringing up 4th down.
Fourth down, and on is Ty Long to punt. Back deep, the dangerous Pharaoh Cooper. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. Offensively for Carolina, Teddy Bridgewater will be at the controls, the talented quarterback out of Louisville.
What an audition last year for Teddy Bridgewater in New Orleans. Not one that he expected to have happen with the injury to Drew Brees, but he stepped into the breach, and the Saints went 5-0 in his starts, and he showed the rest of the league he was ready to be a starting quarterback again. Now he gets his opportunity with a brand-new head coach, a brand-new organization in Carolina.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there, and he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, Bridgewater. Got his man, Robby Anderson. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
1st down.
Catch there by Robby Anderson, and we all know he's got the speed to get behind any defense. What I think is underrated about his game is his toughness and his belief in self. Robby Anderson was an undrafted free agent who's turned into a big-time player in the NFL, and now landing in Carolina reunites him with his college coach, Matt Rule, when they were together at Temple.
Bridgewater throwing complete here to Moore. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
1st down.
Catch there by DJ Moore, who's really starting to come into his own, and he's one of that pack of receivers in the NFL now that looks like running backs and plays like that as well when they catch the football. Last year, nearly 1,200 yards receiving, 78 yards per game, and that ranked in the top 10 in the league. Expect those numbers to continue to grow.
Bridgewater gets this complete to Samuel. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And the Panther 1st down.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. They'll throw again. Bridgewater. That's to McCaffrey, complete. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Panthers.
We're scoreless after 1.
With no score.
Panther football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Bridgewater going to give this to McCaffrey. Kenneth Murray, the linebacker, there to make the play defensively.
Down at the 26.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain. So you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. To throw is Bridgewater. Thomas has got it. Complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Pickup. 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15.
The tackle by
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Now a 2nd down and 6. He'll be taken down well behind the line, and I think he might have just given those 4 yards right back. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Completes it to Samuel. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Carolina.
Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the 2nd quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
From the 2, here's 1st and goal. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. And nothing special there. They show they were going to run the football. They ran it. They got it in.
Like old-time football, right? Hey, this is exactly what we're going to do. Straight-ahead power, and they got it done.
A try here for the extra point. And this will be good to give the Panthers a 7-0 lead. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10. At their own 20.
Well, Chargers football again, and the LA Chargers had a tough one in week 2, Charles. Loss against Kansas City. It was their first game at SoFi Stadium. Really had a good chance to get to 2-0, but Harrison Butker hit a 58-yarder in a crazy sequence at the end to beat them. And boy, the Chiefs have had their number. That's now 12 losses in their last 13 meetings with KC. But it was the NFL debut for the 6th overall pick Justin Herbert. Tyrod Taylor, a late scratch due to chest pains prior to kickoff. Herbert, though, acquitted himself pretty well through a first-half touchdown pass, and he ran for one as well.
Yeah, ended up going over 300 yards passing in his debut. But how about this? He got the word that he was going to start literally seconds, minutes before kickoff, because Tyrod Taylor, the normal starter, had chest pains. Ended up taking him to the hospital. He turned out he was okay. That was terrific. But here's Herbert. They always say you have to prepare as if you're going to play. He did, and he did well. And he's the first guy with a passing and a rushing touchdown in the first half of his debut since the immortal Bob Clatterbuck of Angelo State transferred from Houston. Yes, that Bob Clatterbuck, and he did it with the New York Giants in 1954.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I remember that game like it was yesterday. Heck of an effort by Bob. But, hey, head coach Anthony Lynn said after the game that the job still belongs to Taylor when he returns. Do you agree?
I agree in theory, but I also wonder how much longer that will last, because once you let that young man go out in the field and play, it's hard to reel him back in. And now I think there's additional pressure on Tyrod Taylor to play very well when he comes back. Otherwise, the call for Justin Herbert will be very loud from the Chargers faithful.
Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
A 2-yard gain. It's 4th down.
Two minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Time long in
a reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive maybe. Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Chris Harris speeds in for the sack on the corner blitz.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
3rd down.
An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. On 4th down, the Panthers call on their undrafted rookie from South Carolina, Joseph Charlton, to punt. Deep for the Chargers, Desmond King. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. L.A. readies for its next possession. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. They'll find Williams on the slant. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Out of the gun, it's Taylor. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Austin Eckler, the intended target, and it's 3rd and short.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
He can run for it, and he will.
That's good.
A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
He really looked comfortable there, scanning the situation, analyzing things, feeling the pressure, and then stepping up right through the middle and sprinting for a 1st down.
Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A fake to Eckler. Now here's Taylor. It's complete to Williams. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That's good for 28 yards.
That's another Chargers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So we come upon halftime intermission here with the visiting Panthers taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. We saw a strong first half from our quarterback. His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
25-yard line.
Christian McCaffrey and the Panthers about set to go on offense. Bridgewater going to lead the Panthers up here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll throw from the gun, and that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing, Bridgewater. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Joey Bosa, the Pro Bowler, in there to get him to the ground.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
So Bridgewater needing to work a little magic after that sack on a 3rd and long. Bridgewater. Open man is Anderson. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Bridgewater now. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a 1st down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
1st down, Panthers.
A couple of 1st downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Joey Bosa in on the stop. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Bridgewater again. That one complete to Anderson. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 24-yard line. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 24. To the air again with Bridgewater. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
But you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
3rd quarter now from SoFi Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 10. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Here's Bridgewater. The Charger D making things difficult, and it's 4th down.
I know ultimately that feels like a good defensive play, but I know it's really not. They had a chance to keep points off the board. Now they have a chance to kick a field goal by missing that shot.
Yeah, especially at this spot in the field. He's got to be upset he couldn't come up with that INT.
Field goal. A 42-yard attempt.
And this one is right through. And the lead moves to 10-zip.
Score Panthers 10, Chargers nothing.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
After the made field goal, here's Sly to kick this one away. Joe Reed returning. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Reed on the return. The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, Taylor. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
On third down, Taylor. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
That's a tough spot for a running back coming out of the backfield because you know he's got to look for the football, knowing full well he's got a man coming his way full steam, and he broke that one up.
Here's Ty Long now as he's on to punt for L.A. Fielded at the 43. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Carolina getting set to take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Bridgewater and the Panthers going to come up here 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
That catch good for only a couple.
McCaffrey. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 37-yard line.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Throwing is Bridgewater. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Panthers.
This is McCaffrey on the give. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on third down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. And he's got his target. That's more. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try to run with McCaffrey, and he'll go backwards. distance, losing yardage to the 5. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
This is obviously a critical sequence for this defense if they want to stay in this game. Down 2 scores already. They give up a touchdown here. That'll make things really difficult for their offense moving forward.
Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal. Again, McCaffrey. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being...
And it'll be caught in the end zone for the Carolina touchdown by DJ Moore.
DJ Moore.
2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Panthers add on to their lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. He's got it, and it's 17-0. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And Carolina scores to cap it off. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 20.
LA set to take over again on offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Taylor and the Chargers come up 1st and 10 at their own 23. Off of play action, he'll look to throw. This is caught by Williams. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
When I watched Mike Williams play receiver at Clemson, one of the things I was drawn to is toughness. This is a guy who took some big-time hits out in the field as the #1 receiver and kept finding ways to make plays, and finally it's paid off for him because in 2019 had his first 1,000-yard season in the NFL and averaged over 20 yards per catch.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. From the gun, it's Taylor. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Derek Brown, the big rookie, in there to drop him for the loss.
Brandon, as Derek Brown gets himself up off the ground after a sack, you think to yourself, how did this guy last at number 7 at Carolina when his talent was probably top 3 in the draft? An absolute force inside, a wrecking machine, plays the run and the pass so well. And remember, could have come out for the draft last year and probably been a first-rounder, had unfinished business, and elevated his game. One of the best young rookies to hit the league.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Operating from the gun, Taylor. Allen's got it complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
It's
Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
The Chargers on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, Taylor. He may try and run for this. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
Two first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Taylor. He'll buy some time right. Now he'll pull it down. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Panthers' 44-yard line.
Left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Taylor going to put this in the hands of Eckler. And he'll be pulled down, and now a late flag will come with it. And that's in the area of a face mask, I think. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they're marching off another 15 against your squad.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. From the gun, Taylor. He's got Allen. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry, and it's 3rd down.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun, Taylor. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. K.J. Hill there to make the grab. And the Chargers are able to close the gap just a bit.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game, they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not. It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Michael Badgley on for the extra point. And it's 17-7. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And it looks like the Panthers hands team does its job. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. The Panthers down to a knee out of the victory formation.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 35-yard line.
Down to a knee goes Bridgewater, and that ought to do it.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game. No turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.